Well, hey everyone, welcome back. Figured we'd go ahead. I had a few people ask about one was the goat. So, hey, goat, asked if I could make some videos, tutorials on Oaklands. And I know I've done that with Lumber Tycoon too. So I figured why not? And let's get started with the Oaklands. Maybe I'll do one or two a week. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you're in Roblox, you just have to look for the game called Oaklands right here. Just go ahead and click on it. Gives a nice little short video of the island expansion update. It was 1.4 update. Added a new island to the game. And then you can go ahead and go down here. It looks like we have 98 people active right now. And 2.6 million visits. That's pretty cool. Server size is 6, so there can be 6 players in each server. And the last time it updated, it looks like was on the 23rd of March. And then if you actually are playing with other friends or something like that, maybe you have your friends here, or you will have servers, private servers, or maybe you have your own. And then also, you can go down here, maybe you'll pick and choose. If you don't want to play with as many, you can load more. Like these only have a couple. I'm just going to go straight up in and we'll let them decide where I end up. So go ahead and push a play. We'll go ahead and remove this window here, get a little bit better at this. And we should get, there we go. So when it loads up, this isn't fully loaded yet. You get your whole back screen like that. Play experience changelog, and then yeah, make sure all the buttons show up and they are like responsive. You can play solo. This is also a nice good place where you can find out if there's any change logs for the actual game, which I normally just click on that and see what we have. So this one's the server that we're in is actually one that has removed the St. Patrick's Day event. So it looks like we are in the 1.4.5. And just go ahead and hit the play experience. So if you're first starting off, you're probably not going to have anything like this. This will tell you your slots have saved. Like right now, at 275 hours of playtime, quite a bit. 157 times I've loaded. I got 5.6 megabits for my data. Shows my cache at about 120,000. When I created was when they first opened, I believe, into the alpha. That is right now because it's not in the beta yet. I think that's right. I don't think I have them flipped. But anyways, prior to that, they allowed select people testing it out. So this is when it was like made public. If I am wrong, put it in the comments below and tell me the actual whole rundown of Oaklands. But yeah, last save. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to create a new save. It looks like I can have 5 of them. I have never done this, so I just want to make sure we don't lose the other one. So there we go. So there's my original. Here's my new one. So you would start off hitting the create new save, which will be up here. Shows when I created it on. And we are going to go ahead and load that save. Dr. Seuss invented the word nerd. Did you know that? All right, so when you start, you have a choice to pick where you want in the server. So there's 6 properties. Property 1 is the closest to the store, which we'd really like to have right now, but I'll show you. 2's already been claimed, and they have quite a few items there. 3, these are the bigger bases, so they've maxed out their size. 4 is about like starting out. 5 is also claimable, but that's really far back. We'll go into that later. I'll get more details on that. And then 6. So we are going to take claim property 1. If you're starting out, property 1 or 2 would probably be the best, just because you're the closest to the store called the Oak Depot. So, oh look, and we could even do the tutorial to learn the basics. So I never did that. Let's just go ahead and why not run through it. And then up here, of course, you'll see who's all in the server. And that here's looks like what you start off with cash. So let's go ahead and let's see what the tutorial is like. Welcome to Oaklands. There we go. Thank you for playing. Tutorial will serve as a quick guide to teach you the basics of the experience. Continue. All right, open your vehicle. Start off by opening your brand new floored putter. Okay. So when you start this game, of course, you get your nice little property here. They also give you a wooden axe, and they give you a rusty putter. Rusty putters can actually be purchased, I believe, for $49 at Cheers Junkyard. And then I can't remember what the wooden axe, but that's at the Oak Depot. So you just go to here, press E, unbox the structure. Of course, then you're going to see if you're off your plot, you're going to see that's red. So why don't we just go ahead and we'll put it here. E to place, box leaves, and there's my putter. Great job! You've opened your now evidently worn down floored putter. Now let's open our tool of choice. So some of you have played Lumber Tycoon 2. You actually chop down trees here. You can chop down trees in the game, as well as you can get a pickaxe and you can mine ore. So let's go ahead and unbox X. There we go. Oh, there we'll pick up our trusty wooden axe. Can I see the thing even cut wood? So pick it up. And it's in my number 1 slot. So if I push the number 1 key, you'll see that right here, I've got it in my hand. And if I, here, let's see what we got. Let's get to chopping. Nice. Let's take this acid in air tree and cut it down by clicking or tapping. So we'll continue. So like I said, there's my nice little axe. If I push number 1 again, it puts it away. Let's go ahead and your keys to move is your WA for left, D for right, W is forward, and then S is backwards. So a lot of your common, your WASD. If you're pushing forward, so you're holding down that W, if you hold down the shift, you will run. But up on the top here is your stamina, which is that nice orange, the middle bar. Your bottom one is your health. And I am trying to remember what the green one was. If you know what the green one is, again, put it down in the comments below. And while we're at it, hey, if this is your first time, you like this video, give it a like. Comment down below if there's anything that I have forgotten starting off. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And if you're coming back and you still have yet to subscribe, go ahead. What you waiting for? We got tons of videos. So we got that out of the way. This is actually one of the trees. If we go ahead and let's just take off our axe. We come up and it doesn't tell you. I know this one's actually birch, but once you chop it down, we'll go to here. Of course, you can see that little line. So you could chop it up here. We always try to normally chop it down the bottom because you get the most material. Okay, so you can hold your left mouse button down to get the full max, and that's what it's telling you here. Hold down to create power, decrease the amount of time it takes to cut, more forceful swings. So if I just quickly tap, it's going quicker, but if you look at my little meter there, we're on minimum. All right, sell it away. Chop a few pieces so we can fit in the back of the truck, and when you're ready, hold or tap or drag on mobile while hovering over the log to drag around. Note, it is recommended to go into first person by zooming in or pressing I/O on your keyboard. So the cool thing is you can actually pick the whole thing now. It tells you what it is. So see right there, it says birch, and it says who it owns that piece of material. So the live grocer. Hope I'm not going too fast for you. We could go ahead and grab our car, but we are going to just walk it over here. And I don't know why is my, oh, it's because you wanted to place it. We're going to place it. So I'm going to set it in the middle. I'm going to show you why. Here, hop on and head over to Jer's Junkyard to sell our wood. Okay, so the last I knew, Jer's Junkyard takes a little bit more if it doesn't give you as much. So it takes some off if you're selling wood product. If you're selling ore over at Jer's Junkyard, you get full price. Now that gets switched when you go to the Oak Depot and you sell ore there. Ore will sell for a little bit less at the Oak Depot, and your wood will sell for a little bit more. So what we normally do is wood at the Oak Depot or at Jer's Junkyard. Now, the exception is Jer's Junkyard, you can sell your whole truck. You don't have to worry about unloading. So if you don't want to take that extra time to unload, you know what? Just head on over to Jer's Junkyard. So they said to cut it up to set it in the back of my truck. As long as it's on your vehicle, it normally attaches. So see? Isn't that cool? And they've even got an arrow to show where we got to go. If you're starting off new, so you're on this road, you're like, oh gosh, where is that my base up here or anything? Hop out of your truck. There goes my wood. Click this little house up here that says property, and then look around. If you see up in the sky, it shows you where your property is. Now if I click it back off, that disappears. It's a nice way when you're starting off and you don't remember which base is yours. Over time, you'll get used to knowing each of the property numbers, where they're located, and basically, you know, when you load in which one you want to be on. Okay, get that back there. We're going to head down to the Oak Depot. The other thing, as you can tell, this rusty putter really shakes. Look at that. We are just like shaking everywhere. Hopefully it doesn't fall apart. Oh, this is actually Jer's Junkyard. So why not? We'll go ahead and we'll finish your tutorial here. Hopefully it doesn't take too much longer. We're at 13 minutes. I didn't want to go much over 20 minutes for these. I'll break up in segments. So they show, whoop, right there, that little box, where to go. So yes, as long as you're loaded in here, you just go up to Jer, the junk man, which that's him right here, Jer junk man, hit E, and he'll tell you what you get. So here we'll show this right now. So sell for $45. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put heck no. I know I'm going to totally mess up the whole tutorial I made. We are going to go down to, oh, nighttime. If you hit your L button, you turn your lights on. We are going to go down to the Oak Depot. We knew up here Jer's was 45. And since we're starting off at 125, we'll be able to find out real quick what this would be. Oh, it's weird to be driving the rusty putter again. So this building here, if you look on the side, it's the Oak Depot. So where you get like some of your materials will go into all that, your machines, things like that. So on these two bins here is what you place your item in. Let's see if we can fit the whole tree in. If not, we will cut it up. But it said 45 up there. Let's see if we can get this whole thing in. So we're at 175. So down here, we made 50 because we started off with 125. Up there we would have made 45. So it says now we got some cash in our pocket. Let's go down to the Oak Depot, grab us a saw. All right, I don't know if I got it. Oh, go in, grab a saw, same way we move the wood. Okay, so I really hope the tutorial's about done. But for all of you that this is the first time through, that tutorial is probably going to be very beneficial. You've been probably in games like you saw me yesterday with Booga Booga, and it was very much difficult when you don't know what's going on. So yes, we have all of our tools here, starting off with our most basic. There's a rusty saw, which they were talking about. We got a little bit better ones here. We got our steel items. Our pink are nice refined. If you watch my other ones, that's like the blue handled. And then right like that. They do not have a refined saw. You normally probably are just going to use the big machineries. Like over here, they call them the sanders. So like there. And there's a rusty forge, there's a metal, and there's the industrial. Again, you got your sanders, industrial sander. You have your metal sander, you have your rusty sander. And last but not least, to start off your ore, you're going to have to use refinery. You got rusty refinery, metal refinery, and industrial. You also have your schematics or blueprints, if you want to call them. We got the cheese. We got the mice up here trying to get the cheese. And then we have conveyors. This side has your white conveyors. And this side has your regular conveyors. We'll go into all that later. I didn't want to go into too much. But yes, this is Oak Depot. It's a pretty big place that you'll find things. A cool thing they have just added here too is your lighting. So you got lanterns. That used to be the only source of light. Now we have side lamps, we have hanging lamps, we have exterior lamps, and we even have flashlights. The bottom here is even a miner's lamp. It does not fit in your head. It's actually one you carry. If you'd like, we got the trailer. We got our bigger size vehicles. There's the regular floored putter. And they're just a little bit out of range. So right now we're just going to get that rusty saw because they got it boxed and highlighted. You're probably asking, why did we need the saw when we just threw that all in there? Continue. Put it on the counter. You just hold on to it. So you hold down that button on your mouse. And now we talk to Bob Friedman. Okay. Got to where it says his name right there on the screen. Hit E. And then he'll tell you what you're buying. Rusty saw, 90, no refunds. Sure, Bob, let's get that. Go ahead and you can unbox it. And then once you pick it up, it's going to go into your inventory on now number 2. So, let's go ahead. And there is a tree right there. Look at that, even highlights it for us. So we got to chop it down first. So we press the A. You chop it with a whole bunch of clicks. Takes a little bit, or we can take a click and hold. There we go. Now, they're talking about cutting it up. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move it over to this area, and I'll show you why. Oop. And the leaves eventually do fall off. Look, I'm a He-Man. I can pick up a whole tree. Alright. So let's cut it in smaller pieces. So let's just go ahead and we'll cut it here at the joint. Okay, so we cut it up. Now press number 2 with that saw. And it's too big. because it's showing red. So let's go ahead and chop it again. What the saw does is what the sander for the machines do. It refines it. So see, now walk the plank. Seems like a piece is small enough, use our hand saw. Hold it down until it's processed. So see, it's nice and green. You click and hold. This takes a while. So you might as well just click and hold it. If you have played Lumber Tycoon 2 before and you've built things, you know that with different materials, your trees, you could go ahead and create different colors on your buildings and stuff and whatever you made. For here, it's somewhat pretty much the same way. I can take this color that's unfinished, or I can take this finished piece of material and I can use that. But that's another later video. Let's try to finish this nice tutorial and not get sidetracked. So once you're nice and sanded, you put it in here. So we're at 85. So look at that. That one piece, 85, if we would have been to 235, so it was 49. For us refining that was about the whole tree of birch unrefined. So it looks like we have more tutorial. We need to save 390 to get the rusty axe to replace our current one. Let's see here, upgrade our axe. We don't have a rusty axe, people. Typical developers, your tutorial has to upgrade our axe, but we need to save to get the rusty axe to replace our current one. So we don't have a current. A second. Oh, now I got it. My apologies. Scratch what I just said. So basically, we have the wooden axe. I was thinking pickaxe. So we have the wooden axe. To get the next better one would be the rusty axe. We have to have $390. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see what we can do here. So I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. I hope you've had a good time. If that's maybe you're home from school, maybe you're done with work, maybe you just have the day off. Maybe you don't have to do any of that. And you're just having fun playing Oaklands. Or playing Roblox, I guess, because this would be your first time playing Oaklands. Or maybe it's you just started and you don't know for sure what everything is going on with a game, how to maybe get the most use out of items or materials. So you've come to the right place. Again, this video is pretty much starting scratch. We're gonna go through this whole tutorial. Hopefully we'll finish it up here. We're already at 24 minutes. I do not really want to go over 30 minutes, but we'll see how it goes. And hopefully the tutorial will wrap ourselves up and we can get that part done. So we got a couple here. Let's see if we can get over to that 390. Oh yeah. There we go. We saved enough. Let's go ahead and get that rusty axe. So I am just going to run. Remember, that's to go ahead and hold the shift as you're going forward. We'll talk about who that is later. Let's get that rusty axe. Here we go. So click, hold it down to bring it over, set it on the counter. If it falls off, just pick it back up. There we go. Let's talk to old Bob. Yeah, Bob, I'll take the rusty axe. And if you click on this box with your left mouse, if you're right-handed, if you flipped and inverted your mouse, it'd be left. But anyways, the main independent button on your mouse. uh, it will finish up what they're saying. You don't have to wait for the whole thing to scroll. Oh, that is it. That's all for the tutorial. It's time for you to go out on your own. Your next step is to save enough to afford the rusty sander to speed up your sawing, or grabbing a pickaxe to start mining stones and ore and processing those. The future is up to you. Make sure that you check out the schematics in the store if you'd like to build up your base later in the future. So that's all for the actual tutorial of the game. If you're watching, I will have other. And there's a rusty pickaxe, or rusty axe. Gosh, I keep saying pickaxe, but there's a rusty axe. So I'll pick it up, and then I'll show you what the difference looks like here. We have the regular wooden axe, and if I push number 3, it's a little bit bigger. There's our rusty axe, not rusty pickaxe. We'll get to that later. So we'll go back here. Since I got this whole tree, we might as well just finish it up. To say it goes a lot quicker. So we can really chop down this wood. And this wood here, if you didn't see, was actually oak. So white one's birch. The other one right here is oak. We'll go into probably doing a tutorial of different types later. Let's just go ahead and get this all sawed. And these two look about similar. I'll show you the difference here. So we've got this one. So we're at 73. If I just put this in here, 77. So we got 4. Now, when you go ahead and saw, it does break up the joints. So see, you got 2 pieces. So 77, 99, 22 for using a saw. Even that rusty saw. It's not the sander on your base, but it really helps to do the grind of making money. You have to start off small, people, but then we get it bigger. So 99, let's see what this piece gives us. 185, almost 100. For them 2 pieces was over 100, while the unfinished, the raw wood, was only 4. So that's the other reason why I came over here real close, is because I can just go ahead and cut, and then we can saw. And look, it's small enough. It's all green. I don't have to cut it anymore. But we'll show here what happens with all this. This is where that sander on the base, it's on a belt. All this would be contained. I have to pick each of these pieces up. So that's where you get into taking some time consuming, is doing the grind to get your money, to get materials to either build with or process your wood or your ore to make even more money. So yeah, it's got a good amount of different things to play in the game. As you can see right here, we're already over 300 again. But with that being said, I'm going to say that our first tutorial has turned out pretty good. So, you know the drill. If not, if this is your first time, you have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves, and we'll catch you again next time in Oaklands. Y'all take care now. Bye.